Good afternoon, everybody, and welcome to TJK Network. My name is Tyler Kazazak, and we welcome you to the Boys Lacrosse NJSIAA State Sectional Playoffs for 2024. Today's matchup for the first round features the visiting Newton Braves versus your Pequannock Golden Panthers. Pequannock coming off a win in the last game of the regular season at Park Regional on May 21st, and that was a 10-9 game, a very close game. And they'll be entering this game with an overall record of 6-11, with a winless 0-7 conference record. Newton will be entering this game with an overall record of 12-7 with a 4-3 conference record. They'll finish the season off with a 9-6 loss against Voorhees on May 20th. Starting in goal for Pequannock will be number 23, Mason Cheff. Entering this game with, of course, a 6-11 record as he's played every game. And his save percentage is at .481. Averaging 10.88 saves per game with a goals against average of 11.76, no shutouts. Now here is the playoff bracket for the boys lacrosse team in the Group 1 section of the playoffs. Now, of course, despite Pequannock being at the top of the conference last year, they did have a pretty easy schedule, and that's why they were 16-2 last year. And despite being 16-2, they were only an 8 seed. And of course, they lost 9-3 to the 9th seed. I believe it was 10-11, if I remember, Lenape Valley team. And of course, despite the losing record this year, Pequannock has shifted up that tougher Jacobson division, as last year they were in the Curcio division. And of course, being up in the Jacobson division is a whole lot different, as they've played a lot of top teams, including Del Barton in the playoff, county in-season playoffs, if you want to say. Now, of course, in this bracket, so right now it will be the 8 and 9 seed, Newton and Pequannock. And the winner of that series will be playing Caldwell, as Caldwell has defeated Cedar Grove 16-0, a shutout, which is very rare in lacrosse. That was a 1-16 seed game, obviously. So the winner of this series will play the top seed on May 30th at Caldwell. Now, these two teams have played previously. We were there for that game. That was on May 11th, 2024. It was a relatively close game. Pequannock getting the win, 10-8. Now, despite Newton having a winning record and Pequannock not, Pequannock is home because they have accumulated a lot more power points because of the tougher Jacobson division and schedule. Newton, of course, with a winning record, only a 9 seed, as they've played a lot of easy teams on average. The teams in their schedule only having around 1 to 5 wins. Now, if we stat check this correctly, Newton against above .500 teams with winning records, they are 2-6 against teams with winning records, 10-1 against teams that have losing records for Newton. That one loss coming from Pequannock on May 11th. But, of course, it's an 8 and 9 seed. It's going to be a relatively close matchup between these two teams. Very hot day here in Pequannock, New Jersey. 83 degrees. Bright and sunny. Before we close off this game, as we will have a break for Memorial Day weekend, which we hope everyone has a great time during their time off for Memorial Day weekend. But anyways, here we are getting ready for the 2024 NJSIAA State Sectional Playoffs here in Pequannock, New Jersey. The opening first round between Newton and Pequannock. It's going to be a good matchup. And here we go. Pequannock winning this opening draw here with Eddie Shalongo on it. Rushing in. Eddie Shalongo with a shot. And that one was brought away there. Gavin Vischer gives it to Joe Heaney. Joe Heaney gives it over to Matt Zenzer. Now over to Ryan Teresi. Ryan Teresi bringing this one behind the net. Ryan Teresi bring this one around in front to Joe Heaney. Too much traffic. We'll pass this one along to Gavin Vischer, who will take the shot, and this one is saved by CJ Wotak, which is the starting goaltender for Newton. This one was taken out to center, but will go out of bounds, so this ball will go back to the Pequannock Golden Panthers. Joe Heaney gets this long pass over to Ryan Teresi. Ryan Teresi brings it over to Tyler DeNaples. Tyler Naples behind the net. With it for Pequannock. Tyler Naples in front. And that'll be another one saved by CJ Wotak. Taken out to center. This one will go out of bounds. And we'll see who gets the ball. It'll be the Newton Braves with it. Now Newton with a chance to set up here. Trying to look for the first goal in this game. Currently with it, Evan Parker. From Paul Reinhardt, that pass was from. And now it's back to Reinhardt. Parker back with it. Back to Reinhardt. Now Parker back with it. Parker bringing this one in. And this one's now behind the net with Ellsworth with it. Now over in front to Max Fahey. Pass along now to Reinhardt again. He'll take this one back to Fahey. Out to center. This one's loose. And it will be a Panthers ball. And now Pequannock will bring this one back in. Joe Heaney with it. Joe Heaney tries to send this one in front. And this one's loose. Nearly recovered by Zenzer, but This one will be whacked away with a battle for it. Ball rolling to center. And we'll have a whistle here as one of the Pequannock players will fall over there. And Pequannock will bring this one back in. Tyler Naples over to Zenzer. Zenzer with a shot. Wide of the net. Pequannock setting up here. Battle forward in front of the net. It's recovered as it was knocked loose by Mason Longo. Over to Zenzer. Now to Ryan Teresi in front. And now a shot from Zenzer. And this one is saved. Rebound. Brought away. It's loose. Newton Bray recover this one. And now Newton bringing this one in here. And this one will go out of bounds with 7:35 to go on the clock. Newton will have this one here. Behind the net. Pass forward in front. Pequannock using a little physicality there. And this one will go wide. And out of play. Newton still with it. Behind the net. Tries to get it in front. And they will score. And get first on the board. So now Pequannock looking for an even responding goal here. As now they trail 1-0 to start off this game. As Shalonga wins the faceoff. He'll move back here and give it to Ryan Teresi at center. Ryan Teresi bringing this one in. Ryan Teresi with a shot. He scored! What? Tricked again. Everyone was clapping. Caught me off guard. But we are still trailing 1-0. Pequannock still needing this goal here. And CJ Wotak gets it. So CJ Wotak will take this one out to center. And Anthony DeSimone will get this one here. Anthony DeSimone steered in. And CJ Wotak with another save right there. And now Newton bringing this one back in. They look to get set up here. Newton looking for An insurance goal to get another one here to lead 2-0. Ball knocked loose. Newton holds on to it. 4:50 to go in the first quarter. And there'll be some physicality there. And a shot will be saved by Mason Chef. We're going to have a delayed penalty here. And Newton will go on the man advantage for 1 minute. So Newton with a chance to take a 2-0 lead in this game. And a shot. Save made by Mason Chef. And Newton bringing this one back in here. And another save by Mason Chef there. So he got a piece of that one. Pequannock with this one here. Short-handed. Bringing this one in. It's loose. Kieran Brady trying to get this one. It will still be Pequannock's ball here. Pequannock looking for the equalizer. Matt Zenzer with it for the Panthers. Matt Zenzer with a move. It's knocked away. And we're going to have a whistle here. Ryan Teresi. Position behind the net. Ryan Teresi with a move. Gives it to Tyler Naples. He scores! Tyler Naples gets Pequannock on the board. And they'll tie this game even at 1. That is Shalongo. Winning this draw right here. This ball is loose. Kieran Brady rushing for it. And it's taken away by Newton. Played over to the goaltender, CJ Wotak. And taken out to center. And this one's taken back by the Panthers. Joe Heaney with it. Now Dylan DeNaples gives it out to Mason Longo. Mason Longo plays it out to Matt Zender. Now over to Ryan Teresi. Ryan Teresi bringing this one in with a shot, and it goes wide. Pequannock looking to take the lead. Tyler Naples brings it around, and that shot goes wide. Mason Longo behind the net. Now at the side. It's taken. Back by Newton. Knocked loose. Pequannock trying to get this one back here. And it's taken out to center. Ryan Teresi is able to recover that one for the Panthers. Pequannock up in the pressure here. After trailing 1-0, they tie this game even at 1, looking for themselves to get the lead in this game. That shot right there was blocked. And now Newton trying to get their chance to take the lead. Newton with a shot from the side, and they'll take the lead, 2-1. With 5 seconds to go in the first quarter. Eddie Shalongo wins face-off for Pequannock. And Shalongo, as he was rushing in, the horn will sound to end the first quarter. Pequannock trailing 2-1 after the first. Tyler Naples with the only goal for Pequannock. As we get ready for the second quarter shortly. Here we are, getting ready for the Second quarter, Pequannock trailing 2-1. Newton wins this faceoff here. And they'll take this one back in their own zone. And on that pass, it will go out of bounds. Kieran Brady getting in front. He scores! Kieran Brady ties this game even back at 2. Pequannock able to tie this game up here. And Dylan Naples able to get this loose ball off the draw. Dylan Naples plays this one over to Ryan Teresi. Ryan Teresi gives it over to Stephen Fenner. Stephen Fenner with a shot. He scores! Pequannock now with the lead. 3-2. It's Stephen Fenner. First one off the draw. Newton wins it. We're going to have a timeout here. Here we are coming out of this timeout. Pequannock leading now 3-2. Newton with it. Looking for an equalizer after leading 1-0 and 2-1. Now they trail 3-2. So Newton wanting a response here. Taking a step back is number 13, Max Fahey. Fahey entering in. Trying to get it over in front. Ball knocked loose. Pequannock trying to get this one back. Newton's able to hold on here, but no Rosario. Trying to make some checks here, but Newton's able to pass this one along and hold on here and maintain control. Passed over to number 9, Paul Reinhardt. Now behind the net, Ellsworth. Passed along, Pequannock. Trying to fend this one off here. In front. And this pass won't connect. It goes out of bounds. Pequannock is able to escape here. And we'll get the ball now. Joe Heaney with this one. Ball loose. Recovered by Newton's defense. Knocked loose again. Pequannock trying to rush for it. Newton's able to recover it. Newton rushing in. No, Rosario with a good check right there, which will force Newton back here as it was knocked loose. They're able to recover it. Newton rushing this one in. Looking for the equalizer. Pequannock trying to hold that one off there. Bringing it in front there, far out. Now wrong side with a shot. That will go off the ground and wide. Newton still with pressure on Pequannock. Passed in front with a shot. Save made by Mason Chef. Up high over to Noah Rosario. A little bit of physical contact there. Ball knocked loose. And it is recovered by James Bonner. And we'll have a timeout called. Here we are, coming out of this timeout. James Bond, or excuse me, Joe Heaney with it for Pequannock. Joe Heaney gets it over to Tyler Naples. Kieran Brady in front. And that one deflects over the net. Pequannock looking to take a 2-goal lead. Matt Zenzer with it. And at center. Allen was knocked loose. And Zenzer is able to keep this one in. And a shot. And a goal. Matt Zenzer gets Pequannock the 2-goal lead as they now lead 4-2. And Shalongo wins the faceoff for Pequannock. 6:13 to go in the second. Shalongo takes it out. Now, passed over to Ryan Teresi. Ryan Teresi over to Gavin Fisher with a shot. And that one goes off the ground and over the net. Kieran Brady over to Tyler Naples. Now Stephen Fenner. Fenner with it. Fenner with a shot. Saved. Rebound. Saved. CJ Wotak with 2 high danger saves right there. And now Newton will take this one out. Newton bringing this one in. Behind the net. Newton looking for a goal here to get themselves back within 1. In front. Trying to look for some room. Ryan Teresi trying to hold off Newton right there. And now this one's taken behind the net of Mason Chef. Brought around with a shot right there. And that one just goes wide in front of the net. Newton's still setting up here. And one of the Newton players will be knocked down there, but he'll hold on to the ball. He'll take this one out here. Try to regroup before bringing this one in here. behind the net. Right around in front. And this ball ends up behind the net. 3:30 to go on the clock. Mason Chef recovers it for Pequannock. It gives it to Ryan Teresi. Tyler Abels with it. And he'll give it over to his brother, Dylan DeNaples, who will quickly hand this one over to Steven Fenner. Fenner brings it over to Zenzer. Zenzer with it. Zenzer looking for some room. Won't find any on the side. And this one will go right past the crease right there and out of play. .227 to go in the second. Ryan Teresi with it for Pequannock. Ryan Teresi gets it to Fenner with a shot. He scores! Steven Fenner gives Pequannock the 5-2 lead. We're going to have a timeout here right off the face-off with 2:05 to go on the clock. Here we are coming out of the timeout. Pequannock leads by 3 goals, 5-2. Newton bringing this one in. And they will not be able to connect on a pass there. It goes out of bounds. Pequannock with the ball. Joe Heaney will pass this one over to goaltender Mason Chef as he'll walk out of his net. Try to play this one along here. Mason Chef bring this one out far. Tries to get over to Kieran Brady. That one bounces along right there. Kieran Brady had it, but I believe that one will stay in and be good. And now Pequannock in possession. We're going to have another timeout here in this game. Here we are, coming out of this timeout. Pequannock in possession. They'll take this one out here. Stephen Fenner with it. Now over to Tyler Naples. Tyler Naples with a move there. And another move. Tyler Naples cuts in front with a shot, and this one is saved by CJ Wotak. Last minute of play in the first half of this game. CJ Wotak plays this one out. And now play back to CJ Wotak. Now out at center there. It was loose, and Newton able to keep this one in here. Try and look for a quick goal here before the quarter ends. There's 30 seconds left on the clock. Behind the net. "13 seconds to go on the clock. Newton trying to cut in front. They find an open pass. A shot. Save made by Mason Chef. Huge save with 5 to go on the clock. And with 3 seconds, another opportunity will not make its way in the net there. And Pequannock escapes the intense pressure of those dying seconds of the first half of the game here. And Pequannock will lead by 3 goals with a score of 5-2. So that'll do it after 2 quarters. Pequannock up by 3 will be entering a 10-minute halftime intermission for the second half. So we'll see you shortly, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back, everybody, for the second half of this game here with the third quarter coming away shortly. Pequannock up with a score of 5-2. Looking to close out this game with a playoff victory and move on to the quarterfinal round to play Caldwell next Thursday. Here we go. Ball loose. Off the face-off. And it will be a Newton ball. Newton with it here. Behind the net. Now at the side. Far out in front. Looking for some room. And number 9, Paul Reiner, lost his footing there and was able to get up, but he was knocked over. So force a whistle here. And Newton will still have possession. Reiner with it, right by center. Now and turn in. And now Pequannock will have the ball due to a Newton cross check. And now Pequannock bringing this one in with a shot and a goal. Pequannock now leading by 4. With a score of 6-2, it is Tyler DeNaples with the goal for the Panthers. Good shot from a distance right there. And good eyes by Tyler DeNaples. They now lead 6-2. Face off won by Eddie Shalongo. Eddie Shalongo hands it over to Dylan DeNaples, and now Gavin Fisher with it. Gavin Fisher bringing this one in. Around behind the net. Passes this one over to Kieran Brady. And now Matt Zenzer with it. Zenzer gives it over to Steven Fenner. Fenner gives it over to Zenzer. Zenzer looking for some open room. Zenzer with a shot and a goal. Matt Zenzer makes it 7-2 with a nice underhand shot for the Panthers. So look at that replay right there. You can see right through and under. I'll put out the face-off here. Loose still. A whistle. It will be a Panthers ball. Dylan Romley with it. Gives it over to Ryan Teresi. Ryan Teresi. Bringing this one in. Ryan Teresi tries to go for the center and pass. And they were not able to connect on that. So now this one go out of bounds. And it will be a Newton ball. Newton bringing this one out to center. And Pequannock, who got this one back, takes the shot here. It was Tyler Naples. It goes wide. Pequannock now with the ball back on offense here. Looking to get set up here and try to extend their lead even more. Ever since being down 2-1, Pequannock has scored 6 consecutive goals. Ryan Teresi bringing this one in. Pressure in front. Looking for a lane. Passing a shooting lane. Ryan Teresi with a move. Ryan Teresi with a shot. He scores! It's Ryan Teresi. And it's now 8-2. Pequannock. What a nice move there by Teresi. Eddie Shalongo wins the face-off of Pequannock. Eddie Shalongo bringing it in. And this one will be saved. CJ Wiltuck just got a piece of it right in front of the crease right there. And this one's kept in bounds. Nearly. And Newton gets this one back. CJ Wiltuck with it now. We're going to play this one out. A long pass over into Pequannock zone. Newton with a shot. Save! Made by Mason Chef. And now, Pequannock bringing this one back in. It's Dylan Romley taking a shot. It goes over the net. Tyler Naples with a move in front. He scores! Tyler to Naples with a very sneaky move right there as he was bringing that one to the front of the net. We're going to take a look at that replay. Here he is from behind the net. Just does a little move right there. Tricked the goaltender there, as it looked like he was bringing that one out. But was able to flick that one while facing the opposite direction. Nice move. Eddie Shalongo wins this one right here. Pequannock up 9-2 now. And we're going to have a couple players change right here. Joe Heaney's with the ball right now for Pequannock. Joe Heaney. Joe Heaney gets this one knocked away from him. Ball loose. Newton ball. Officials will signify. Newton bringing this one in. And they'll look to get set up here. Newton on a scoring draw right here. They haven't scored since the tiebreaker there that gave them the 2-1 lead. In front. Now at the side. Newton with the shot. And that's another one saved by Mason Sheff. He has been on fire in this game. Now Joe Heaney bringing this one in. With a pass to Tyler Naples in front. He scores! Tyler Naples from Joe Heaney. It is 10-2 Pequannock. Face off. Won by Eddie Shalongo. Now over to Stephen Fenner, who will bring this one in to Newton's zone. Fenner over to Ryan Teresi. Ryan Teresi over to Mason Longo. Fenner with it now for the Panthers. Fenner bringing it in. Stephen Fenner will get this one over to Kieran Brady, who gets in front to take the shot, and it goes wide. This one will be taken back out to center as Pequannock looks to re-enter. Ryan Teresi with it. Ryan Teresi tries to go over the center pass. He gets it to Tyler Naples. And Tyler Naples will get the goal. Pequannock up 11-2. Face off one. And this one was knocked out of Dylan Romley's hands, but Dylan Naples gets it for the Panthers. Dylan Romley bringing it in. Taken out to Dylan Naples. Dylan Naples gets it over to Matt Zenzer. 3:30 to go in the third. Kieran Brady. Now over to Mason Longo. Mason Longo over to Matt Zenter. Matt Zenter. Over to Mason Longo. Now Kieran Brady behind the net. Kevin Vischer with it. Now over to Matt Zenzer. Zenzer moving in. It's blocked. Ball loose. Recovered by Ryan Teresi. Back over to Zenzer. Zenzer with a move and a shot. And that one is saved by CJ Wotak. Now Newton inside Pequannock zone. They're on a big scoring drought. They want to get one in this game here to get back into the game. Patrick Unger putting on some good pressure defensively. Newton with a shot. Another save by Mason Chef. Mason Chef just continuing with save after save. And that's why they call him the Evil Wizard in net, as he has been solid in this game and solid all year long despite the losing record from this tougher schedule Pequannock has endured from the division move from Crucio to Jacobson. Fenner with it. Anthony DeSimone with this one. Will take the shot. It's saved by CJ Wotak. Newton at center with 23 seconds to go in the third. "15 seconds. They need one bad in this game as they have fallen out. Newton with a shot. Another save by Mason Chef. And the horn will sound. And Pequannock will lead 11-2 going into our final fourth quarter. Pequannock will going to close this game out and book their ticket to the quarterfinal round where they'll meet against the number 1 seeded Caldwell Lacrosse team. And here we are getting ready for the fourth and final quarter of this game. Pequannock up by 9. Face off. Battle 4. Dylan and Naples gets it for the Pequannock Panthers. Now, Joe Heaney with it. Now Ryan Teresi. Pequannock just taking their time. We're up by a lot. Ryan Teresi gets it over to Gavin Fisher with a shot, and that one's saved by CJ Wotak. And the rebound was knocked away. It's loose. Pequannock able to hold on here. It was Zenzer who recovered it. Zenzer bringing this one in. Zenzer with the move. We'll have a whistle. And it looks like the ball will go to Newton due to interference. Newton just holding it in, just trying to play smart. And Newton gets this one in as two Pequannock players run into each other on accident. Newton behind the net. For some room with a shot. And Mason Chef with another save right there. Pequannock right back with it. Pequannock bringing this one back in here. Gets it over to Tyler Naples. Tyler Naples with a shot. And I believe CJ Wotak got a piece of that, but also crossbar may have been a part of that. Another one right there blocked in front. With 9:40 to go on the clock. So it looks like we had a flag thrown right at center here. So it looks like Pequannock is going to go on the man advantage here, as there's only 5 Newton defensemen out. So Pequannock with the man advantage. As Pequannock looks to set up here, and they fail on that pass there, and it goes out of bounds. And now Newton with the ball. Now they can kill off the time. We're going to have another flag here. It's going to be to Pequannock. And the whistle will sound here. And it will now go to 5-on-5. I see 6 for Newton, so it looks like they will be on the man up. And Newton shot that one wide, or did not connect on the pass, so it looks like it will be a shot attempt right there. That will go wide, so Newton's able to hold on. Pequannock with 5 on attack here. Newton still getting an opportunity here, and they still are struggling to score as that one hits the side of the net. It's not Pequannock with it here. Dylan and Naples bringing it in. Now over to Tired and Naples. Brings it out to Zenzer. 8 minutes to go in the 4th. Stephen Fenner now with it, holding on. Fenner gives it over to Kieran Brady behind the net. Now Gavin Vischer at the side. Now in front, Tyler Naples with a low shot. And CJ Wotak will get that one. And now Newton bringing this one back in. Newton trying to look for a goal here, as they're on a pretty long scoring drought. Newton with it behind the net. Looking for some room at the side. And they try to go for it in front. And Nathan Chef says no. Another one denied. Right there. And he will keep Newton silent of a goal. And their drought continues. And now this one's back in Pequannock's offensive zone here. Or Newton's defensive zone. Or Newton's zone mainly in this game. Pequannock with it. Matt Zenzer lost a little bit of footing there, but he'll get up though. But this ball was checked loose. And Zenzer recovers it. Now over to Tyler Naples. Tyler Naples with a shot. It goes wide of the net. With 5:37 on the clock. Ryan Teresi battling one-on-one with Alex Carr. Teresi with a shot from the side. And that one goes wide with 5:15 on the clock. Tyler Naples with it. With a shot. He scores! It was Zenzer with it. And it will be 12-2. Pequannock now leading by 10. Apologize for that little mistake right there. Thought that was a 24, but it was a 14. And yes, Zenzer with the goal. And now they lead by 10 with 5:08 to go in this game. Loose at the draw. Newton gets it. Newton has not scored, I believe, since the first quarter of this game. And it's a siren, distracted the players for a second. Newton with it. Behind the net. And in front. Save by Mason Jeff. Rebound loose. And Pequannock shuts down the door once again. Dylan Romley bringing this one out. Rushing in. Ball loose in front of the net. Tyler Naples whacking at it. It goes wide. .407 to go in the fourth. And we're going to have a timeout here as well. I didn't see what that siren was, if it was an ambulance or a fire truck, but I do see a little smoke over there in the distance. I don't know if you can see it with the camera right there. There's a little smoke over there, so hopefully it's nothing too big. But I just noticed that. Here we are, coming out of the timeout. 4:07 left to go in this game. 4:07 to go for Pequannock to book their ticket to the quarterfinal round of the NJSIAA State Sectional Playoffs. Kieran Brady with it here for Pequannock. Kieran Brady gets it over to Ryan Teresi. Stephen Fenner with it as he took this one out far. Fenner gets it over to Ryan Teresi. Now Kieran Brady behind the net. Over to Anthony DeSimone in front. He scores! Anthony DeSimone makes it 13-2 Pequannock. .328 to go. Power forward at the face-off there. And we're going to have a flag here. And a little bit of an altercation. And Pequannock will go on the man advantage. Or we're going to have this one even out as two, or actually I see 3 flags on the ground. So we'll see what the penalties are. But I think Pequannock is going to get the man advantage. I could be wrong. We're going to have to take a look at that and see what the officials call here as they discuss this together. Officials still trying to determine it here, as the coaches also question it, what the call is. Looks like. Looks like it will be a Newton man up here, as only 5 are out for Pequannock. And a shot will go wide. Actually, it's going to be 5-on-5, as I see 5 on attack. So it does even out, which I thought it would be. It would start with Newton in Pequannock's zone here. And we're going to have a flag here. And as one of the Newton players goes down, now it's going to go to Newton having a 5-on-4 advantage. So I still see 5. I still see 5 on attack for Newton. And now Pequannock is down to 4. So 5 on 4 is what it will be. So 5 on 4, Newton. Newton hasn't scored since the first quarter. They'll shoot this one over. 2:43 to go in the fourth. And this one will go out to center and out of bounds. Ball loose. It will be a Panthers ball. And now Pequannock bringing this one in here. Still 5 on 4, Newton. Fenner with it. Stephen Fenner will get pressured out of bounds. .150 to go in the fourth. And now the officials discussing between the coaches about the call. Not sure what's going on here. Here we go. Newton with the ball. And Newton with a shot, it goes wide. Looks like it is still 5-on-4 for Newton. Newton with a shot, and they'll get a goal. Newton breaks the goal scoring drought they had since the first quarter, and it is now 13-3 Pequannock, as Newton now trailing by 10. Face off won by Zach Corbett. Zach Corbett with it far out. Still seems to be 5-on-4 Newton. I still only see 4 out for Pequannock. 5 on attack for Newton. But of course, Pequannock with the ball here. Dylan Romley with it. 1:05 to go in the fourth quarter. Less than a minute to go. Dylan Romley will cause a flag here to be drawn. It's going to be against Newton with 49 on the clock. And that's going to even the game at 4-4. As when we looked at the count here, counting players, Newton had 5 still out. So now we're even at 4-4. All right, never mind. Yeah, it is a Pequannock man up, as now a full 6 are back out. It's actually a 6-on-4. Fix that for you guys. And it looks like Pequannock will just pass around and run the clock with 13 to go. And 3 seconds to go. And the Panthers with the win. After having only 2 losses last year, but being knocked out early in the playoffs, with the tougher schedule and the losing record, the group has shown the resilience and will get a playoff victory. And will stun Newton in the first round of the state sectional playoffs. Very good game by the Pequannock Panthers, especially Mason Chef in the net, who made a lot of great saves and kept Newton from scoring until late in the fourth quarter. Overall, a great game, and Pequannock will face the #1 seeded Caldwell team on May, or we gotta check the date. It'll be next Thursday. It will be next Thursday, May 30th, at Caldwell High School. And depending on our network scheduling, we will let you know when that time comes if we will be covering that game. But anyways, your final score will be 13-3 Pequannock. They will move on to the quarterfinal round. Newton will have their season finished as it comes to an end, and they'll finish with an overall record of 12-8. So that'll do it here on TJK Network for the first round of the NJSIAA State Sectional Playoffs of the year 2024 here at PTHS Memorial Field. My name is Todd Kesnick, reporting to you live on TJK Network. We'll see you after Memorial Day weekend, as I wish everyone a great Memorial Day weekend. Have fun and be safe down at the beach, whether it's seaside or somewhere else. Have a great rest of your day, everybody. Peace out.